Welcome to Nerdities. Bitches.
No topic too absurd, no statement too asinine, no question too interesting. Nerdities interview show number, who knows, we've been doing a lot of them. I'm Mike.
I'm Justin.
I'm Joe. And our guest this week is...
Also Justin Coe, author of SWAT.
Many Justins. Author of SWAT, a fun, magical crime conglomeration, essentially, right?
It's a lot of things. I mean, I don't know if I would say conglomeration, but it's sort of like The Wire meets What We Do in Shadows. It's kind of that vicinity. It's a supernatural horror comedy with some pretty serious themes, throughout it.
It's interesting because the art style has a very, not very cartoony, but like a softness to it. So does that kind of like juxtapose the seriousness?
When I saw her work, I'm like, this is exactly who needs to do it, because it's the right mix of, it can be serious, but it's also comic at the same time. It kind of rides the exact line that I'm trying to, where, it's a story, we're not into realism here at all, but the characters and the emotional content of what's happening, I'm hoping will resonate with people. And so it kind of rides that. It's that great comics line where it's serious, but it's silly at the same time. And when it's at its kind of its greatest, I think.
Part of the description in the Kickstarter, that's right, everybody, check out the Kickstarter now. Go start some kicks for them. There are some mentions of a Potter influence, and the main character, Larry Slaughter, it actually took me 3 read-throughs to pick up the reference in the name. I can be dense sometimes.
Well, I'm kind of glad it's not that obvious. It definitely is based off of that. I mean, the story is kind of about, what it's really about is sort of the millennial sense of exhaustion. I feel like, there's, in America, I feel like in general is feeling this is not just a generational thing, where we're just kind of like, everything's fucked up. Why is it like this? Can it be better? Right? And so I took, it does start out with, it's kind of like Venture Brothers to Harry Potter. Or how Venture Brothers is to the 60s Adventures cartoons. It's that kind of like, I'm taking that and I'm reshaping it into a, kind of a parody or a satire of the modern condition, right? And so they had that exhaustion where they're like, I had this job and I just wish I hate it, but I can't leave. And they like protecting people, but they're also tired of the violence, and they don't feel very good about themselves at the start of the series, and that's sort of what drives them and their character growth throughout the whole series, which is well over 36 issues at this point. So,
so is it a collected edition? The Kickstarter?
No, this is just SWAT 1. I was already on this show for the Zoop campaign, but I've decided to sort of try to build on Kickstarter now, because I didn't really know what I was doing when I did the Zoop campaign. And anyway, I'm just introducing it to Kickstarter. It's already done.
Okay.
If you buy it, you're going to get your copy. I mean, they made me set a $500 goal, basically, to have something. It was originally supposed to be $1, because I don't care. If you pay me the money, I'll send it to you. But you'll get your comic. It's done. And then, SWAT number 2 should be, we're working on the last few pages at this point of the art. So hopefully that'll be ready to rock for the end of the year as well. And we'll just start releasing them on Kickstarter until we can do a collected edition, like the first arc, 6 issues. So, hopefully we can get to there and release it as a graphic novel. And then,
The Venture Brothers reference was a really good one, because that's something I didn't initially, like in the description, I didn't initially put together. But seeing a character like Maybellina, and when you say that, it really kind of crystallizes for me, because visually she's got a lot of Velma. Does she have it character-wise too?
Maybellina's deal is that she thinks she's a fake psychic, but she actually is psychic. She's just always attracted to the wrong decision, right? And so she's one of those people that always goes for the worst possible version of events. So she's kind of there as a reverse canary in the coal mine. Like if she's happy and fun, you should change the plan, right? And
mystical George Costanza.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I like that. She's kind of like with the Frank of Always Sunny as well, where she's just being herself mostly, and it's kind of crude. But Mimi is also. I mean, she's kind of. Who's the other Scooby Doo girl?
Daphne, yeah.
Daphne. Well, she's not really Daphne, but there's a bit of Scooby Doo to it as well. I mean, there's a lot of different pop culture influences going through it, but I watched the Venture Brothers from like season 2, so I'm old school, I guess, because that was 2004 or some shit. It's an amazing show. I love it, and I definitely think it had a lot of influence on SWAT. I should probably make more of that, actually. I keep not mentioning that, but it definitely has a lot of Venture Brothers elements to it. I mean, that's a truly awesome show, and if you haven't watched it, you should. But I think you have.
Well, we love the Venture Brothers.
Yeah, that's a very, very informative description too. It's unfortunate if someone hasn't seen it and you drop that as a description, but for people who do, it really sets the tone because they covered pretty much everything in a spoof manner with love, and that's tricky as hell.
I think that, I should probably make that comparison more, because that's definitely what I feel like I've accomplished with SWAT, is that it's ridiculous, it's over the top, but it's also got genuine heart to it, where they really care about each other, and you will care about the characters, even if it's a situation where if it happened in the real world, you'd be like, that's ridiculous. It'll still resonate, or that's the goal, anyway. So.
I was looking at a lot of the sample pages you have on the Kickstarter, and was there ever a temptation to make Girk's eyebrows a unibrow? Because a lot of the time, that's what it looks like.
He was originally supposed to be, he was supposed to be a tribute to, in the 90s, Yaphet Kotto played the sergeant on Homicide: Life on the Street. He was started out as that, but his hairstyle in that show is so hideous that when you try to do it in a comic, you're just like, delete it. He's bald. And so we just went with kind of like the bodybuilder version of Yaphet Kotto. The unibrow thing, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that was not on my part, but obviously if she did it, she did it. But
I think it was just the panels that I saw. He's very intense, so having like thicker eyebrows, it stopped me in my tracks. Like, oh, that's a design choice. Oh no, wait, that's just anger.
Yeah, that's the 80s cliche, police movie cliche scene of you're getting bitched out by your sergeant, and he's just like extremely hateful for no particular reason. So that was where that came from.
Never done any better than in So I Married an Axe Murderer. I think that's the best example of a captain chewing out. I don't know if you remember that. The cop character, I can't remember the guy who played
Alan Arkin.
No, Alan Arkin played the captain, but I can't remember the guy. He's an Australian guy who had this fantasy of what cop life is like, and Alan Arkin is the nicest guy ever, and he's his captain. He just won't chew him out, and by the end of the movie, he goes on a really nice little tirade. And it has that actor back and forth of, did I do a good job? Was everything right?
What the hell is his name? He was in the Empire Records. He was Joe in Empire Records.
Done a lot of things. He's never...
Oh, it's going to bug me.
I watched that movie in 1994. I haven't seen it since.
I caught it again recently. It's on Tubi now. Whoever
Okay.
wants to abuse the free streamers. Is Tiny Tim in that lineup shot? Because I went over the whole thing, and I couldn't find a 5-inch tall character in there.
He's there. If you look at, he is sitting on Lisa's shoulder, so he's in the shadow of the Slender Man guy. But on Lisa's shoulder, he's right there. And, yeah. So he is there technically. If you look.
Yeah, I see him.
It drove me crazy for a second. Okay, all right, yeah, there. Man, my eyes are failing me.
I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I don't know why she put him in the shadow, but it was, worth fixing. So, Yeah, I've written close to 50 issues now. I've written the M-Files it's a 3-issue sequel. And I don't know if you about the Jehovah's Witnesses, but back in the 80s, the Jehovah's Witnesses had this urban legend that if you took a Smurf doll into a Kingdom Hall, which is what they call their church, it would like come alive and start cursing God and like biting people and trying to escape. So I took that, and then I had Mimi as a kid. She's a Jehovah's Witness, and then she's so frustrated and tired that her first act of magic was making the Smurf doll that this elder was waving around and proving that it was a demon come alive and then bite him, and then it escapes. It finds a Smurfette doll. It bangs the Smurfette doll, and 5 million Smurfs destroy the town. Is basically the concept for the M-Files. So it's kind of an allegory for teen pregnancy, right? She's like, I made a baby. Well, she's holding her Smurf doll that's alive, right? So, that's kind of the mood of SWAT. It's violent and weird, but it's got a good heart, I think.
Covering sensitive topics in an odd, fun way.
Yeah. It's not insensitive in like a Joe Rogan way, but it is sort of like, it's just raw, right? I'm just going for it. I'm not holding back. I'm not worried about getting canceled. I'm just doing whatever I'm doing. So the characters do a lot of things that are not like super moral, but I established that they're not good people in issue 1, so you can't complain too much. Yeah. They're kind of like heroes.
Badish people doing good things. A little bit of a redemption arc.
It is that ultimately is them sort of like learning how to get out of this like kind of trap of compromise and mediocrity where they're just sort of unhappy with themselves and actually start living, trusting people again and, being better people. Not that they're perfect or anything, but it is about sort of them learning to break out of this cycle of frustration that they're in. That's,
Does it start with them as a unit, or is there like a getting to know you phase?
Well, in the arc where the scene where Girk's yelling at him about who to fire, that's sort of my intro, my expositional intro scene where I'm explaining who they are, and so there's a little bit of an intro in that sense, but they start as the unit. The SWAT unit has been around since the 1700s. They weren't called that then. They were like King George's Worshipful Company of Witch Slayers or something. But, it's the idea is that they're these protective units have been around in every major city for however long, thousands of years really. They just kill monsters basically and keep everything in check. But they're also they've compromised with the grand bargain where they let the monsters kill like 300 people in a year in St. Louis. And so that's so they tell themselves that's less people than we would if we were fighting them. They've agreed to less. So it's a valuable compromise. But they feel sort of tainted by that, and their desire to actually feel like they're just completely good drives a lot of their actions throughout the series.
That's a great realistic setup for a fantasy situation. There's so many compromises we make in life for ease that we tell ourselves is for the greater good. That's a strong setup for people to be spiritually broken.
Yeah, and so it's them sort of struggling with that and trying to get better, but also they live in a world where if they're that late, they're dead, right? I mean, if the monster gets the drop on them, they're toast. So they have to be kind of ultra violent at the same time, or they would it's just a necessary survival strategy. So they struggle with that, and that powers a lot of their subtext as they go along. So
it's pretty cool. In a story like that, I hear it's almost kind of a BPRD meets The Boys in some way. Was there any inspiration for that, or do you just kind of not try to get inspiration? Is there too many inspirations for a story like this?
I watched The Boys. I guess that would have been out before I started writing SWAT, so that was probably in the mix. I really enjoyed the first few seasons of that. I never saw BPRD because I thought that was I heard it was basically a bad Men in Black
Well, like that's R.I.P.D. The Hellboy, the group that Hellboy works for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do like the Hellboy comics. Hellboy's definitely in the mix as well. Yeah, I love those movies. I've read tons of Mike Mignola's stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I would say that's a fair influence. He's really good at the doing the horror story, the short horror story. It's kind of an EC Comics feel to a lot of what he does. Yeah, so yeah, that was an influence. I honestly feel like the Venture Brothers, I don't talk about the Venture Brothers enough because that really has been a huge thing. I mean, I've been watching that for 20 years. Yeah, every time there's a season come out, I would rewatch the entire thing. You know,
it speaks to the quality of that show that there was like a 7 or 8 year gap or something, and then they did that final movie, and it still was massive.
It's what if Game of Thrones finished? I guess is kind of for cartoons, though. You know, no, everything. I mean, that's one of those shows where it didn't drop off; they just finished. You know, and so even though it took a ridiculously long time, I definitely. I feel like only seasons 1 through 3 are streaming right now anywhere. Does anybody know where it's actually on?
It might be on Max.
It was on Max for a bit, but they do that thing where because Warner's Warner, they fucking, you know,
just rent out their stuff,
spread all their shit everywhere. So I have no idea.
And it's only going to get worse.
Yeah. We might want cable back, I guess, eventually, but
yeah,
this whole sitting down at 8 p.m. to watch Law and Order thing's not happening, so I don't know what to do.
I'm pretty sure I have all the seasons of that. Maybe not the last one. I went balls deep on Venture Brothers too, because like you're saying, it hit all the notes. All the things I'm into, they would make fun of, but at the same time be like, "Isn't that awesome? Isn't that cool?"
Yeah. It really hit. Yeah, it was truly a great show. I'm going to see if I can. Okay, I'm just going to buy it on DVD, the complete series, right now. It's
Why go back?
Well,
and
these days heaven is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's the pilot episode on there too, which you probably haven't seen because I don't think they broadcast it, and that's a great example of growth because the pilot episode is really choppy. And the characters are very poorly defined at that point compared to what they become. Because I feel like that's one of those shows that from the word go till the end, the characters retain a lot of their core.
Isn't it Dias de los Muertos, the one where they're in Mexico and it's...
Yeah, I think, yeah. But did they broadcast that?
I've seen it many times. I don't know.
Okay, all right. Because I could have sworn the first one is the ninja who fucks the piece of...
Oh, well,
technology.
Yeah, that's season 1, too. Season 1's definitely Season 2 is probably when they're really in their groove. Season 1 can be a little rough, but yeah. The otaku, whatever, and the Sensori. Oh, man, I watch that show too much. Yeah. So, but even the bad episodes are good, and I can't really think of a bad one, actually. But the Kruger episodes are still really good. I mean, it's fun. Even the first ones are good. But yeah, I mean, it really is a genius show. And yeah.
The misdirect at the end of the first season where it's like, oh, okay, Hank and Dean are dead now. And they even said, I think, in a commentary that the show, they wanted people to think the show is going to become Dr. Venture and his brother. We're going to be the Venture Brothers from this point on. And then they just curveball you with, nope, clones. And we got a lot of them.
Yeah. No, I mean, truly, I mean, it was, I can't praise that show enough. I really can't think of anything they did that was bad. I mean, even Always Sunny, which is another show that I adore. Like, the last 5 seasons. Yeah, the last few seasons have been, there's been increasing misses, misfires again and again, to the point where I kind of wish they just stopped before this last season. I don't know if they're just doing to keep Danny DeVito alive or what, but it's,
He did get a second or third wind after that show.
I mean, who else has been doing their best work in the last, half of their career in comedy? I don't know of anybody else that stayed funny that long. That's
That's a pretty interesting comparison between the two, because it's both shows that were basically done in-house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Always Sunny guys write it. They get barely any influence from FX. They're allowed to do whatever fucking insanity they want to do. But like you're saying, they've done so many of them, they're now at the point, like, what do we do? Oh, we're doing a crossover with Abbott Elementary, because why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's after a while, this last season there was the I stopped watching after a few, but the one where they end up jerking off the hound dog, right? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I haven't watched as much. I catch a lot of clips online because that's one of those shows I feel dirty after watching it, because they really are the worst people on the planet.
Yeah. Well, this last season, or maybe there was an episode where Frank tricks him into jerking off a greyhound. Okay, and that's the climax of the show. No pun intended. Is them uploading a video of them jerking off a groundhog or a greyhound. So that was an entire episode. In season 10, there's the opening joke is them dipping worms in vodka and like eating the vodka off the worms. That's how far they've fallen. Is they went from opening gross joke to entire concept for an episode, because they just kind of run out of. They've done it for 16 seasons. I mean, good lord.
Oh my god.
I think when you get to the point where you're recreating scenes from other shows in one of your, like, you saw the episode where they recreated the bet scene from Seinfeld, right?
Yeah. That was several seasons ago. You know. So I mean,
maybe we should call it now.
Yeah,
right,
they're geniuses, but 16 seasons is a lot, right? Like, it's just a lot to do.
And it's greenlit for till 18 right now.
Well,
That's
I mean,
insane.
I'm going to check out. I usually have a good sense for when to quit things, and the Always Sunny thing's been tweaking for a couple seasons now.
What's your top episode?
I guess Charlie McDennis is the one that I would watch again and again. Mm-hmm. Like, Dee has some acting where, like, the scene where they throw the dart into Dennis's hand, and the look on her face after that is just. And some of the stuff, maybe in the sequel, but yeah, that's a fun one. Oh God, there's so many great ones. I mean, for the first 10 seasons, it's just classic after classic.
Mine's always when Charlie, when he's got to have Patty's pass the health inspection, and
that's a great one.
They do that with just a continuous shot. With the chair, fucking goddamn bitch.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially the way they filmed it. That's an amazing episode.
The Rashomon holiday episode, the Rashomon Halloween episode, where they're trying to figure out who fucked Dee.
Yeah, we can do this all day. I mean, they have so many great episodes.
Mac turns around.
Go ahead.
It sees an ostrich there. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, it was. Oh God. Yeah, it was good stuff. It was really good stuff. Yeah, I mean, so that Arrested Development was probably a sizable influence. 30 Rock's great. I mean, that's
one of my favorites.
I can pretty much just watch 30 Rock, Community, Always Sunny, Venture Brothers on a loop, and I would be happy for the rest of my life, I would think.
A good place for me. I would need that worked in there. Good Place is one of my favorite shows of all time.
Oh, yeah. Sure. No, that was good, too. I watched most of it, and yeah, it definitely holds up. You know?
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of great comedy out there, for sure. You know?
We don't have much time left, but we want to make sure everyone knows to go either search for SWAT on Kickstarter
or check out the YouTube description for the show, and I will have the link in the description.
Technologize.
Yeah, I can do things.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's there. I'm on Blue Sky too, justincoke.bsky.social. I'm on Facebook. The website's weirdshark.art if you want to go there. Yeah, there you go.
Shark.art.
Checking it out now.
I love the name. Weirdshark.art.
Yeah. I got a tattoo of a helicorpian shark, and so that's kind of the origin of that. It's from my other series, Edge of Darkness.
I got a shark.
Is that the buzzsaw shark with the weird...
Yeah. Yeah, so
That's one of the coolest ones.
Leonardo Romanelli did this for
That's
Edge of
really
Darkness,
good.
which is my other series, and then I had a guy, turn that into a tattoo. So that's kind of that's the label for the comics. So
It's an awesome.
Nobody
label.
has it, which is the hardest thing nowadays, to get a title that no one has.
yeah.
I dig it.
Well, thank you. All right. Well, I mean, is that it, or?
Yeah, we're on a very limited schedule with our Zoom because we're extra poor. We have poor people Zoom, so we can only get 30 minutes at a pop. We definitely want to make sure everyone goes to the Kickstarter, goes to Weird Shark Art.
Weirdshark.art.
Dot art.
Yes.
It's even better. Weirdshark.art. Everyone checks out Justin Koch's work. Sounds fun as hell.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Justin,
Thank you for your time. Hope to see you later.
Thank you for coming back.
Yep. See you.
Yeah. And fuck bye.
Yeah, we got to sign off.
Bye. Oh, yeah. Bye.
Fuck bye.
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 We're professionals.
Fuck bye.
Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.